Hi there. Today I want to talk about the imposter syndrome and how it ties into being out of work or being off work or being furloughed from work. Whenever we identify strongly with the job that we're in, we often see that as part of our identity. When that job is taken from us, maybe we're downsized, furloughed, something happens where we've all gone into isolation and we can't go to work, we can start to have feelings of losing ourselves, losing our identity. Hi, my name is Nancy Muller, and this is a series of the Imposter Syndrome. And the Imposter Syndrome is that thought, that phenomenon that goes into our mind about asking ourselves, who am I to... It's that belief we have that we're not good enough, we're not smart enough, we don't have what it takes, or that we don't deserve to have something, or we diminish our worth. So right now, when there are so many people out of work, furloughed from work, and wondering when are they going to go back, we've had months where people are not at their place of employment. And if your place of employment is something that you identify with, the imposter syndrome may be coming up for you. Because if you are saying to yourself, well, if I'm not that job, if I can't get up and go there every day, then what am I supposed to be doing? And you might feel at odds with yourself. You might be feeling like you don't know how to spend your day. You don't know how to discover your worth because you're not doing what you do on a daily basis to feel fulfilled, to feel like you're making a difference. So my suggestion for you is if you are feeling the imposter syndrome in any way, shape, or form while you're out of work or looking for work, and a lot of times when we're looking for work, we can really feel like the imposter syndrome is really nagging at us because, that little voice inside of our head says, who do you think you are? Do you really think you're qualified for this job? Who do you think you are? There are going to be hundreds of people, thousands of people lined up for this one job. Actors and actresses, they go through this all the time, right? You have one part and you have thousands of people who are lined up for that one part. So the people in line have to be able to have that conversation in their mind about, well, I deserve the part. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to get the part or you're going to get the job. It simply means that you want to make sure that your self-talk is having a conversation in your mind about, yes, I deserve this or something better. So that if you do not get the job or you do not get the part, you know that something better is on the way. And when you can have that conversation with yourself, when you have that mindset of, this wasn't meant to be, this isn't the perfect situation for me right now, now you know that you're staying in that belief of who you are, what you deserve to have, versus that, oh my gosh, I didn't get the job, I didn't get the part, I'm going to go out in the back and eat worms, nobody believes in me, nobody thinks I'm good enough. It's when we start having those doubtful feelings that we start to feel like an imposter in our own life. We start to feel like, the world is against us, that we don't matter. Maybe you're changing jobs and you have worked at a corporate job for years and years and you say, you know what, that's it. I've worked, I've done everything that I can, and now I'm going to make that transition from the corporate world to my own business. I'm so excited. I'm going to be my own boss. And then you become your own boss, but you feel like an imposter. You're not really sure because your day-to-day activities don't follow the same patterns and habits and thoughts that they did when you were working in your corporate job. You may be able to bring some of the know-how that you have with you, but it's those feelings and emotions that make us feel like an imposter, like we don't belong, like we're out of our element. We shouldn't be doing this. And when we have those feelings, we wonder to ourselves, why aren't I getting any clients? Why isn't my business taking off? Because your mindset is still in that corporate job or in that other job that you were doing. So you don't feel real. This doesn't feel real to you because your mindset is still stuck with the old memories and the thoughts, beliefs, and feelings that are attached to those memories. So how do we take ourselves out of that? Well, it's about our beliefs. Everything we believe to be true, whether true, false, positive, or negative, started in childhood. Everything we think we can do or can't do is based on a belief that we were taught, assumed, or intuited in childhood. And then we brought those beliefs with us into adulthood, and that's why so many adults are walking around making decisions in their adult life based on things that they learned in their childhood, beliefs that they created in childhood, and they're wondering, why am I struggling? Why am I still having these problems? So when you can let go of those beliefs, when you can ask yourself and say, is this true? Or is this a belief that I created that no longer serves me? I don't need to follow this anymore. And when you can start asking yourself that question and have that dialogue, now your mind starts to say, well, okay, let's look at this. Let's think about this. And the same holds true if you are out of work, furloughed from work, looking for work, and you're feeling like an imposter because you don't feel that what you're doing on a day-to-day basis makes any sense. Because what makes sense to you is what you do on a day-to-day basis when you're showing up to work every day. So one of the ways that you can combat this, one of the ways that you can overcome this, is to stop and make a list of what it feels like when you're showing up to work every day. What does it feel like? Do you feel like you're making a difference, and now that you're not working, you feel like you're not making a difference? Does it feel like you're part of something greater than you, and now that you're not going to work every day, you don't feel like you're part of something greater than you? Make a list. Just let your mind flow freely and ask yourself, what is it that shows up for me in my feelings and my emotions and my beliefs when I'm showing up to work every day that is not showing up for me while I'm not at work? And it's not about, well, I'm not bringing home a paycheck, because that's not what this is about. It's about understanding what really makes you feel empowered, what really makes you feel part of being here, like you are doing something really fantastic. Because you might find that what really makes you feel empowered and the feelings and emotions that make you feel so wonderful when you are at work, you can recreate those in another way while you're not at work. And wouldn't it be wonderful to find a way to create that? And then when the time comes, if it's time to go back to work and you say, you know what, that's great, but I'm getting everything I need over here, so I really don't need to go back over there. Because once you are in alignment with your feelings, emotions, and your beliefs, everything will start to flow. But it's that fear factor of, oh my gosh, if I don't go to work, I don't get a paycheck. And if I don't get a paycheck, then I can't pay the rent. And if I can't pay the rent, they're going to kick me out. Do you see how you go down that rabbit hole of negativity? Instead, tell your mind, stop. We're not going to keep going down and spiraling down into that negative rabbit hole of negativity. We're going to stop and we're going to pay attention to what feeds our soul, what makes us feel so empowered when we're at work, when we show up to that place. Likewise, if you have transitioned into your own business and you're feeling like something's off, ask yourself, what are the feelings and emotions that are missing for you right now that you were getting at the place where you were? And then how can you recreate it? And how can you make that happen for you in the present day, in what you're doing right now? And then you do more of that. And when you do more of that, your energy starts to lift. And as you start vibrating on a higher energy, you start attracting more abundance, prosperity, happiness, joy, fulfillment. And that's where we want to be in our life every single day. So if the imposter syndrome is getting you down, if you're feeling like, oh, I'm just not who I need to be while I'm not at that place of employment, this is a great opportunity for you to step out of that imposter syndrome and show yourself, hey, I've got this. In the meantime, this is Nancy Muller, and I would love to know your comments, your thoughts. If this has helped you, leave some comments down below. And if something in this video really resonated with you, really made you think, wow, I could do that, and shift your mindset a little bit, please subscribe to our channel. Let us know that you liked the comment, that you loved the content, and share with someone. And if you want to know more about the imposter syndrome and how you can recognize and eliminate the imposter syndrome in your life, check out the description in this video and follow the link. There's more information for an e-guide that you can download. And this is how we all help each other and work collectively to raise the vibrational consciousness everywhere, by each of us taking 100% responsibility to be the most empowered us that we can be. Ciao for now.